Welcome back to my fermenting. Today I'm going to be fermenting finger limes. These little limes are native to our beautiful country Australia, and I've been lucky enough for a friend to give me quite a lot of them, so today I'm going to ferment them. When we're fermenting citrus, and these little fellows are part of the citrus family, it's important that we allow the brine to permeate the skin and get to the inside of the fruit. Now the easiest way to do that when you're fermenting limes and lemons is to quarter your fruit, but because these little guys are much more delicate, the skin is much softer, there's no need to quarter them. So what I usually do when I ferment finger limes is I just score the skin, and that allows the brine to go through to the inside, so it ferments the inside and the outside. Because remember, when we ferment finger limes, normal lemons, we eat all of them. The skin, the rind, the pulp inside, drink the juice, we use all of it. So this is what the finger limes look like once they've been scored. And I've got some finger limes that I fermented this time last year, and this is what they look like once they've been fermented. So you can eat this finger lime like this, unfermented, put it in a salad dressing, mix it with some fish or some chicken, or you can have them fermented, and this little one here is full of probiotics that you can use. So once I've scored all of my finger limes, it's time then to put them inside your fermenting vessel. And since these little finger limes are quite delicate with their skin, there's no need to massage the brine out of these little guys. My finger limes are inside the fermenting vessel. As you can see, I haven't filled my fermenting vessel right up to the top. It's really important that you leave enough room for the brine in every ferment that you do, because once you ferment, you want to decanter it into smaller little containers and put them in your fridge. So you want enough brine to cover your fruit or cover your vegetables in each little jar that you use to put in your fridge. So the brine in this one here has already been fermented, it's already packed full of probiotics. I'm going to use that to kickstart this ferment here. Always keep all of the brine from any of your ferments that you have. You can use them in salad dressings, or you can do what I'm about to do now, which is called back slopping. You're going to use some of a brine from another ferment to kickstart or inoculate the next fermenting process here. So as you can see, my fermenting vessel has the brine from the last ferment of finger limes. Now what will happen is that I need to fill this up with some brine solution, because at the moment, as you can see, my limes are far from being under the brine line. The brine line stops here, my limes go to here. I need to fill my vessel to the shoulder to make sure that all these limes stay underneath the brine, because remember what happens if you don't? Your vegetables or fruit that float to the top or sit on the top will be oxygenated, and what will happen is they will start to grow the mold process, which is something that we try and avoid with all fermenting. So I've prepared some brine solution using salt and water. I'm going to add that now to make sure that I cover all of the limes that are inside this fermenting vessel. As I mentioned earlier, you need some extra brine to top up all of the little individual glass bottles or glass jars that you're going to fill with your finger limes once they're fermented, and pop them in the fridge. As you can see here, I've submerged or weighed down the finger limes with some little round porcelain dishes that I had in my kitchen, and I've also popped in a little bag that I've made full of porcelain pastry weights as well. It doesn't matter what you use as long as there's no rust, unless it's very high grade stainless steel, and also something that isn't going to deteriorate throughout the fermentation process. So I've taken the time to make sure everything's underneath the brine line. Now it's time to secure my fermentation, ready for the fermenting process. And there we have our finger limes ready to ferment. I'll pop this in a dark, cool place. I live in Queensland, in Australia. This time of the year, it's our last month of summer. I will have this fermenting for about 2 to 3 weeks. If you take your time to do it properly now, it should stay as it is throughout the fermentation process. So that's it for today, and remember, keep fermenting.